What's happening, Panda Nation? Peter Von Panda here. Now, I have to address something. I had to put together a video. I actually had to do some research because I am not a tech nerd, and I wanted to bring you what I think is valid information, and I had to consult some of my nerdy friends on this because I have to address the controversy that my last video rose. So instead of replacing my Mac Mini with a new Mac Mini that they just released, I actually went and bought a used Mac Pro. Now this caused a firestorm in the comments, and I think there's a lot of, myth in there. So part of me just didn't buy some of this, rationale, logic, just kind of a gut check on it. So I wanted to do some research. I floated it by some of my friends. I wanted to pull up some numbers here and revisit that because I think I made the right choice. And I'm going to let you be the decider on this, the decider in chief on this. So instead of buying the 2018 Mac Mini, which is totally what my plan was, I actually went out and bought a 2013 Mac Pro. And I did that because I could get the 32 gigs of RAM that I wanted. I could get the 1 terabyte SSD I wanted. It had the AMD Fire Pro dual graphics cards in it. It had a lot of USB. It had the Thunderbolt 2. It was all in one nice clean package, yada, yada, yada. But the real kicker for me is that versus the Mac Mini that I was going to buy, it was $400 cheaper. It was $1,600 is what I paid for it instead of what I priced out to be $2,000, which I was a little on the fence about. Now, the one thing I'm going to tell you here, I'm not going to address is the what do they call it, the T12 or the T2 security chip. The Mac Pro does not have that. It certainly doesn't seem to be causing any compatibility issues, but that'll be a little bit of a gap, so kind of keep that in mind. But here I printed out the website form for the Mac Mini, and basically what people are saying is, oh, you should have got the cheaper Mac Mini and then option up all the stuff with extra RAM, install it yourself, an external SSD, an external GPU. So what I did here is I took a look at the Core i5. This is the six core 8th generation, so it's the base processor on the higher end Mac Mini. Right now you can go to the i7, and I think that's the one with hyper threading, I believe. And so, some people were saying, like, your Mac Pro doesn't have hyperthreading. Well, I don't think you get it unless you go up to this one, I think. But I went with the lower end processor here. I went with the base 8 gig RAM, which is not what I wanted. And I went with the smallest hard drive option, which is the 128 SSD. Now, that gets you to $1,100. $1,099, okay? And so, all right, well, that's cheaper, but it doesn't improve my RAM, actually, at the moment. And it is, 15% as big as my current, but old platter hard drive. Now, the first thing I want to compare here is people are saying, get that Core i5, it is twice as fast as the MacBook Xeon processor. And what I did is I went to some sites here and I pulled comparisons between the Xeon E5 and the new Core i5 8500. So it's the old one is a 3.7 gigahertz. The new one, the Core i5, is a 3 gigahertz with turbo boost on it. And basically what they're showing here, and I didn't print it out in color, I guess, is that there's kind of, by the benchmarks, about a 20% improvement by going to the new Intel Core i5, right? So and I'm looking at that, I'm like, oh, 20%, that's not insignificant. It's not the doubling of performance that people are claiming. And so I took it to my buddy and I said, hey, listen, nerdery, this 20% benchmark, am I looking at this right? Is part of like kind of the base performance used up by all standard processes, and really you're only looking at like the difference on kind of the top half of the performance range or something? Like, is this literally kind of like a 20% performance degradation, or is it representative of more real world? And his point was, in most cases, even if the benchmarks come across show like a 20% performance differential, in most cases, unless you're doing processor intensive stuff like coding or video conversion or something, he was kind of naming some of the things that really, I guess, zap the processor. He's like, you'll never notice it in normal use. In fact, that is probably not really a real world experiential difference, right? This is more of a hardcore thing, which I'm not doing, but I do like getting more, more power. So that's one thing. I don't think there's a doubling by going to the new one. So I want to throw that out there. Now, we got to address the RAM. First of all, it's DDR3 in the Mac Pro versus DDR4, and that's going to be an issue too. But if I want to upgrade the RAM, and I'm going to get this, 32 gig kit, you can go up to 64 apparently, but if you want two 16 gig DDR4 chips that are going to work in here, basically I was searching around, and about 230 to 250 bucks is kind of the price point you're going to be at. So then you're going to have to put on another, I'm going to use the low end one that I found here. The $232 one is basically what I'm going to kind of go by. I'm going to kind of try to price out the cheapest things possible. And so I'm going to have to buy that. Not only that, I'm going to have to put it in, which on the Mac Mini is not as simple as just taking off the case. You got to take off the bottom. You got to slide the unit out. Then you got to kind of disassemble things and put it in. Not the end of the world by any means, but it's not as easy as on kind of a true desktops. Now, the other issue is people are like, well, you got DDR3 RAM instead of DDR4. It's way slower. And I guess apparently in my research here, that is true. That the DDR3 caps out at like 2200 or 3100 megahertz or something like that, and the DDR4 doesn't particularly. But there's the real world application of it, and basically you have to kind of tie it to the rest of the hardware, and so it's all contextual about its capabilities given everything else. Here we pulled some numbers here on the new Core i7 processor, DDR4 RAM being used with DDR3, and you can see there negligible difference. And in fact, again, kind of the same thing I was being told is that for the casual user, and even for a power user, because the differential there, the real world differential is so small, it's not something you're going to see, especially on a day-to-day basis or on a kind of a common use basis. So you're not getting the latest and greatest on that, but are you getting actually even your value on it, because the DDR4 is quite a bit more expensive. All right, let's get on to the hard drive. Now, you option this sucker up with a 128 gig hard drive, you got to do something about that, at least plug in an external. But if you want, like my Mac Pro, all SSD, even though it's a little bit of an aged SSD, you're going to have to go and get like another terabyte or thereabouts of external SSD. And so I took a look here. You're going to want something that supports Thunderbolt 3 because it's going to be external, and you want good read writes. And that comes out to about another 200. The cheapest one I could find was like $199. So 200 bucks. Basically, a lot of them are like 249 bucks. I don't know if you can see that there. And so again, it's just another expense, and you're going to have this sucker on the outside. Now, of course, I have those Fire Pro or AMD graphics boards. I think there's only kind of onboard graphics processing in the new Mac Mini. So people are like, well, with Thunderbolt 3, you can add an external GPU. So I took a look, and there's a bunch of articles out there on using external GPUs with the new Thunderbolt 3 ports, and they seem to get pretty good reviews, but they are big, much bigger. As far as I can tell, all the images are much bigger than the actual Mac Mini itself. And on a lot of these, and I'm going to use the cheapest one here, which was a $250 external GPU, but they go up to like $500, $600, man. So these things are not cheap. But if you just get like a cheap one, you're really in the $300 range. But I'm going to use the cheapest, and I don't know about the specs on it, but the absolute cheapest one I could find, which was 250 bucks. Okay, so really now we've gotten the base Mac. I've got all these things porcupining out of this bad boy. I've got to get into it, install, do my own RAM upgrade. I've got an external hard drive, an external GPU on it, and I kind of wrote down all the prices here. So I've got a Mac for $1099. I bought RAM for $232. I bought an external SSD for $200, and then I bought an external GPU for $250, all the cheapest I could get. That comes out to a grand total of $1,781. Here, sales tax is a little over 10%, but if I use 10%, that brings me to $1,959, basically $2,000. Interestingly, is when I said that I canceled my Mac Mini order because I optioned it up to 32 gigs and half a gig, or 32 gigs of RAM and half a terabyte hard drive, it was a little over $2,000. So basically, instead of spending $2,000 to get pretty close to the one I wanted, I would spend $2,000 to get not the one I wanted, as well as a bunch of external accessories. versus, and this was my whole point, versus spending $1,600 all in on the Mac Pro, which has everything inside. I don't have to fiddle with it. I just plug that bad boy in and it works. And I'm learning a lot about it, and it seems very speedy to me on pretty much everything I'm doing, from converting videos from whatever format to my target formats, archiving things, read writes, I mean, playing videos, playing multiple videos while I'm doing work. It's actually, it's such a breath of fresh air from my 2014 Mac Mini. So that's my point, is that I don't disagree that you can get a Mac Mini that's quite capable, but it's expensive. I don't disagree that you can get a base Mac Mini and option it up with all of these things. But my point is that I think once you do all that, it's a pretty real-world cousin and similar in performance to my Mac Pro, and again, $400 more expensive. So anyway, I want to leave that there. You guys comment below. I want to see what you guys have to say about that. Peter Von Panda, out.